Alright, for our next tip, you're probably gonna be like, what the hell is this? Actually, this is not even tips. I don't know what this is. It's like, what the hell is this? It's freaking thingy, and then it's like a black thingy, and then that sounded so wrong. Okay. So yeah, this is like, this stuff is good if you want to make like an interrogation room. And you're gonna be like, how? Well, I'll show you. Oh, magic! Where did they go? This is just a billboard. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go all the way down. Background color is gonna be black. So like, if you want to make a restroom, but like you want to make a restroom, but you don't want to switch the material. But the material has like, for the door, it has like a window through the door, and it's like in a restroom. You could put this or this, and then you could hide it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can't see it. It's invisible. Yeah. The sun burns my eyes. Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing y'all like some cool stuff in creative. Okay. Don't mind this stuff. This is like just some huge mountain that looks weird. Unreleased props. Yeah. And then here's like a bed that I made. And then this is like a boss fight where you kill Hitler. You kill Hitler in a grocery store. It's so stupid. Okay, y'all don't care. Okay, on to the tips and tricks. So, for our first one, if you go to galleries, and you go to Ego, select this, go to the Ego prop gallery, scroll all the way down, and then it's the last prop. Grab the last prop, and then get it. And there you go. That's not, I'm kidding. Okay. It's not it. It's not the end. Boy, okay. If you pickaxe it or shoot it, it's gonna do this. And you'll be like, okay, yeah, I already knew about that. That's cool and all, but yeah. But let's say you accidentally Mongrel is live. Code Mongrel? Hell no, I'm not watching that. So let's say you spill some gasoline on your bed and it catches on fire. Look at that. You're like, oh, it's kind of cool, but the smoke looks weird. Don't worry. Resize it all the way, and then voila, look at that. Ooh, cool. Ooh, fascinating. Wow. So yeah, you could put that in like a crash car. Unfortunately, it like, whenever you start the game or whenever like you leave creative and you join back, it's not on fire anymore. So every time you go in, if you're doing a roleplay, you gotta pickaxe it or shoot it. So yeah, that's the first one, and I don't even remember any other ones, what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna make something up real quick. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, I know I already said that was the last one, but we can do one more, right? Right. Alright, so for our last tip, is whenever you're working with terrain, don't use the grass blocks in the terrain piece. So like, you see how this says Gray Cliff Snow Gallery? And then you're gonna be like, oh wait, we already have one. Snow and Gravel Gallery. You want to use the one that's like the buildings by itself. Don't use the ones where they have terrain in them. And now I'm about to show you why. This is one from the terrain. As you can see, my building prop is turned off. This is the one from the terrain, right? And then this is the one not from the terrain. So if you're making like a non-building prop city, you don't know what I mean by talking about, because I'm pro and you're not. I'm just kidding. If you're making a building a prop city and you use this, you're gonna have to not building a prop city, and you use this thing instead of everything else. First of all, if you're watching this, you're probably a noob, so you don't use grid snaps. Use low grid snaps when you're making terrain and stuff like that. You're probably gonna like place it all weird and stuff like that. That's already a problem. That's on you to fix it. But if you want to make your life easier, get the ones where they have terrain, or no, not terrain, like the buildings of the floors of the nature by itself, because they just snap perfectly. So yeah, that's it. Aha. Okay, last but not least. Okay, don't worry about that. last but not least, if you want to make like a beach. Why the hell did I say last but not least? That's so stupid and gay. Alright, no it's not. Okay. If you want to make like a beach, do not do this. Hold on, let me get it perfectly lined. Damn it, hold on. I'll just cut it with the blade or something when I'm editing it or if I'm too lazy, then you'll just see I'm talking right now. Okay. What the hell? Alright. Okay. So whenever you're making a beach, if you want to make a beach or something, look at this. This looks horrible. And I sometimes see like maps like this. Like, what is this? So this is like the land, you know, like meets grass right here. And then this is like water. It's just all water over here. No. No, just don't do this. Try making it higher. I don't know if this will do anything. Yeah, it's not gonna do anything, but what I'm saying is just whenever you have like a beach that leads into water or something, have it like a little elevated. So like use terrain or bigger terrain. Or like I told you earlier, do this. And now it's like not stupid, you know? You don't know what I mean, do you? You probably do. So like you put the sand right here and then you can like rotate it to go on there. For our next thing, I don't know what to call it, you're gonna go to like Craggy Cliffs prefab, I think, and then you're gonna get this thing and you're gonna be like, well, we already have that. Mataterrr, you're so stupid. Yeah, we do have it, but you are probably using I almost died. This thing, which looks so stupid. So you want to use this one in Craggy Cliffs because it just looks way better. Yeah. And that is it, fellows. You'd watch my next video. It's gonna be like tips and tricks. Yeah. All right. So let's say you want to make a map or something like that, but you want like a secret entrance. Y'all might know about this. You'll probably do. I'll get into more advanced stuff here in a bit. But so go to galleries, go to game, and then grab these things, and then you're gonna say like, what? They're so like. 1 second. It's like. Am I even speaking English right now? Holy butt. What was I saying? I don't even remember. Shit, what was I saying? Oh, I said oopsies. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't remember what I was saying, but if you go in a game, you can get these stuff, and you could like walk through them. And then if you get this special thing, like marigold, it says marigold on it. When you put it down, it's like way different. And I think this just looks really good for like a welcome mat. If you resize it, welcome. You can put welcome. And then it just looks really good for like a welcome mat. So that's like a trick, yeah. And then next one, go to nature. And what I see in people's maps, a lot of the times they get these freaking ugly ones. And then on top of that, it's already ugly. But then they do this. How the hell do you have that much courage to do that? So whenever you're doing, whenever you're placing like nature, make sure you do not use symmetry. So make them like all these different places. Rotate them. Don't stop rotating them and resizing them. Like I don't mean like resizing them like freaking this big and it just stands out with all the stands out in the crowd. I mean like. Just like maybe making it like a little taller and larger, so like that. And then don't forget to rotate it. You can use these trees, but in my opinion, they're just ugly. No, that's a fact. They are ugly. So you want to use the new ones from chapter 2, and then rotate them, and then yeah, like that. Look at that difference. You see how good this is textured? And then this is like a friggin' dog poop. It actually does. No, like, I'm serious, like, actually dog poop. Not just like, because it sucks or anything. It looks like dog poop. Y'all probably don't know what I mean. Yeah, okay. Okay, for our next tip, if you're making like a city map, and you want to have like a bunch of buildings. I'm just gonna grab a little piece right here. And you want like a bunch of buildings. Let me grab a floor too. Alright, so as I was saying, if you want a bunch of buildings, and you know that your player's only gonna walk like this way or something. And like it's gonna curve around. And you're gonna make this like building not be able to go through. Look at this. So you want to make your building out, right? Do not decorate it if that's common sense. Don't decorate it if they're not gonna go in it. And then also, if they can't see it, don't spend your memory on it. So if they're only gonna walk this way and this is here just for display, don't build the back portion. Only build what they're gonna see. You know, and yeah, only build what they're gonna see. Alright, for our next tip, we're gonna be talking about like this stuff. Okay, so you see how this one is facing that way, and this one is facing this way. I see this in people's maps, and I'm like, what the hell? So always, whenever like you're placing like floor tile or something that goes in one direction, make it the same direction. Okay, it's not that hard. Make it the same direction, and it looks way better instead of like instead of this. Like, what is this? You really want to go in a map and just look at this? Fix it. Come on, fix this. All right, for our next tip, don't mind my brother playing freaking something Black Sabbath in the background. Just don't mind it. All right, as I was saying, our next tip is I see people like. Okay, first of all, don't use prefabs, but then I see them like having these huge wide roads, and I know my roads are pretty wide, but they make them so large, and it's like on the freaking the real floor. I don't know what you call it, like the actual floor of the map or the world. And usually, roads that are this wide are like highways. I have trouble making highways, so I recommend you don't make highways if you're watching this video. Just like do something else. Okay, and then about the prefabs. They make these huge roads, which would be a highway, and then they don't even connect it like right here. They freaking put it like right there. Hold on, let me show y'all something. Let me just make this better real quick. So, they have the roads like right here, and then the prefab would be over there. Do not do that. Actually look at a reference photo. A real photo of like a street and then like a building next to it. Look at it. And if you're looking at downtown, they're gonna be like right on the sidewalk, and they're not gonna be like super spaced out, each building from each other. Maybe in your downtown, but in my downtown they don't. Because I see people's maps like this, and then they're just like super far apart. You want to make them close if it's like a downtown map. Another thing I see a lot of people do is they like have a neighborhood in their map, but it's not sectioned off as a neighborhood. It's just like there'll be a house next to, I don't know, freaking Walmart, and then like next to that house is McDonald's or something. Make your houses, if you're gonna put it in the same map, which I don't recommend, make a new map and build the neighborhood there. I recommend you block off the why the hell am I using my hands? You can't even see me. Block off the neighborhood from the other stuff. So like have a gate for the neighborhood or something. And then don't have like a park next to a building that is like a grocery store or something like that. And always make sure to have parking lots, because I forget a lot to make parking lots. So just like a little parking lot right here. you could add the little things where they park, you know, since we got new cars and stuff. Alright, for our next tip, I see a lot of people. Let's just, for example, Shadow Knight's map. No hate to Shadow Knight. Do not hate on Shadow Knight. He's my daddy. Okay, so I saw in one of his maps, it was all of these like wide road, buildings next to each other, just random prefabs everywhere. And the thing that threw me off the most was how he didn't like have. Hold on, I'm gonna try to word this. So like, you see all of this green stuff, like all of the grid. It was just like there. He didn't cover it up by grass. He didn't cover it up by like sand, etc. He didn't cover it up. So you always want to like cover up your you always want to cover up your grid or like whatever you're making. And usually, whenever you're building a map on a grid or in the water, make it like too high. First of all, just make it high, like at least one high, and then you're like, okay, why too high? Because what if you want to make a bunker, and then you're gonna be like, oh well, I could just use like one. I could just use like one floor. Yes, you can use one floor, but what if you want to make something like a staircase like this? Now that I think about it, okay, but just make it however high you want. It could freaking be like a million stories high, but don't just do one high, because if you like have a bunch of bunkers and a bunch of stuff underground, it could collide with other stuff underground. So just make it like too high or something. Cover your grid. I know I already said this, but cover your grid. And then also, whenever you're making like a map, you always want to surround it by something. No, not always, but if it's just like a plain old grid and you have grass and there's only like one section of the map used by like building and stuff, and the whole entire rest of the map is just grass, delete all that grass and cover it up with like mountains or trees that are crowded enough to where you can't like go through it. You can't go through those trees into the other side of the world. So yeah, cover that up and always have some elevation to your map. So like whatever. Okay, for this next tip, it's gonna help a bunch of people out. Okay, so whenever I go in like noobs maps, I see whenever they place water, they don't have their grid snap on. Let me just get a new thing. They don't have their grid snap on whenever they're placing water to make a nice fancy pool. So it looks like this. And they think that's okay. Maybe they don't, but it just looks horrible. And then maybe you might know, maybe you're a noob or something like that. I don't know. And you're gonna be like, oh, I already know about grid snaps. So you use 32. Yes, 32 can be okay sometimes, but only if you have drops on. But look how hard it is to place if you have drops off. Like, okay, actually it's not that hard, but it gets really annoying and time consuming after a while if you're having like a big pool. Who's texting me? My uncle. And you're like, look, see how hard it is to just like that? So what you want to do whenever you're placing water or terrain, no I do not, yes I do. You don't even know what I'm going to say. Use like lower grid snaps. I recommend you using 2 because as you can see it matches perfectly with the grid. Look at that. It matches perfectly with the grid. And then if you want to be even lazier, use grid snap 1. But you're gonna be like, what the hell? Look, you can't like, it doesn't match perfectly with the grid. And then whenever you try to build like your pool, it messes up. So I recommend you use grid snap 2 whenever placing water and stuff. And don't use this water. Use the water from the agency prefab upper level. It's just way better and way more clear. For our next tip, whenever you're like placing grass and stuff, always use the shark cliff gallery. Just always use this terrain. Don't use this grass. I'm about to tell you why. But just if you want to do terrain, use this terrain. It's the chapter 2 terrain. And watch this. Okay, this is from the shark. And then this is from just like normal stuff. I want to place these 2 down. And They're the exact same thing. Now watch this. This is the shark. This is the shark. I'm gonna get grass and let me find a good one real quick. Damn, there's no good ones. Hold on. Give me a second. What the frick? Where is it? I saw it somewhere. Just like skip ahead a little bit. Oh, no, don't. Alright, I found it. Okay. Now look at this. This is chapter 1, chapter 2. Chapter 2 looks way better. Don't mind the stupid glitch. I don't know, it's weird. But just chapter 2 looks way better. And also, this is the one from this one's not from the shark, but it's the same material as a shark. So you always want to use the shark stuff, and grass and dirt looks the best, and it looks the best.